Hello. Okay, I'm all set. I did my video on YouTube. Not YouTube. I'm on that now. Did my video on Facebook. Yep. Because I asked for help. Hey, you ask not, you ain't gonna get it. Okay? That's how it is. You ask and you get. You gotta believe. Ain't that the word? Okay. Asking you shall receive, and seeking you shall find, knocking the door shall be open unto you. Okay, that's the word, right? Okay. So, let's talk about this. It says see Trump denialism debunked by astrophysics. I don't know how to say that word. Whatever. Neil deGrasse Tyson. Oh, okay. Oh, deGrasse, not deGrasse, because the E is okay. You ready? I had to check myself before I wreck myself. Okay, here we go.
These are factual matters that transcend politics, but politics can go to war against facts, a theme explored in this hit new film starring Meryl Streep as a very Trumpian president consumed by PR and operating a corrupt family empire as they face an existential threat requiring a scientific emergency response. How to prevent a planet-killing comet heading towards Earth.
I paused it for a minute. Child, Meryl Streep, honey, you did that little Trumpianism thing, girl. Okay, that's all I gotta say.
Madam President, this comment is what we call
Volume 42.
We just call it a potentially significant event.
Yes.
But it isn't potentially going to happen. It is going to happen.
Exactly, 99.78%.
That's sunlight.
Oh, great. Okay, so it's not 100%.
Call it 70%, and let's move on. We should get some of our scientists on this, no offense, but when are the midterms?
3 weeks.
3 weeks. So if this breaks before then, we lose Congress, and then there's nothing we can do about it anyway.
It'll be great.
That is so crazy. You see how they think for us? Okay. So now, here, the voters. How about our lives? Move on.
Good luck.
The timing is just atrocious. I am going to make a statement, presidential statement to the American people. But we're not going to tell the press about it ahead of time because that would have the appearance of breaking emergencies. May Jesus Christ bless every single one of you, especially the honorable members of my own party.
Right, sure. Now that's a commercial. Your ads.
You heard him there. The political timing was bad. You hear that? The whole satirical plot here probes how our society would respond to a science-driven wake-up call. And the film's answer is really badly. This movie, Don't Look Up, follows some of the classic tropes of doomsday movies, a killer asteroid or alien invasion that requires your heroic leader and all of our collective action. But then it points out how those fairy tales might very well fail today. If half the public doesn't even believe there is a comet, and if the few experts who have any experience in aerospace comet prevention are overruled by political idiots or insider billionaires. Now, what is the comet? Well, it's an allegory about science denialism, so you,
Why are you working
the
in
viewer,
there?
the citizen, can decide. Maybe it's climate change. Maybe it's COVID. Maybe it's the next pandemic that could be more of an existential threat than COVID. Now, are people getting the message? Well, this is a film tackling big themes with serious ideas, but also has these stars like Streep, Leo DiCaprio, Jennifer Lawrence, and we can tell you it has become a blockbuster hit, surging to be the second most watched Netflix film ever. Now, Hollywood often ducks movies with an overt political message. This movie, I think, has one, and that has people thinking. And it is about politics, but it's not just about politics. So to go beyond politics, And to get into a film that so many people are talking about, as promised, we turn to acclaimed astrophysicist Neil deGrasse Tyson. Welcome back.
Okay.
Yeah, thanks for having me back on. Thank you.
I'm learning.
Absolutely. We think of you as pretty scientific, pretty empirical. I'm curious how you think the film applies to scientific warnings, how we deal with science, and is it hyperbolic for those who are likening climate change to a planet-killing comet?
What a question.
Yeah, it was clearly a documentary based on life experience, interacting with the press, with social media, with the political landscape. Everything there just felt like a dose of reality that scared me. Actually, I thought to myself, yes, it's they're exaggerated dimensions of it, but those exaggerations don't come from nowhere. They come from actual conduct by actual people in actual positions of power.
Okay, I'm gonna stop right there. Everything I know now lately in movies, TVs, and whatever, entertainment, they display our lives. Let me say that again. Everything that you see on TV, they see it in our lives. So they trying to show us how stupid and foolish. Open your eyes, folks. That's why we gotta dig deep, man. I'm telling you, we gotta dig deep. Y'all don't understand. This is a serious life. Okay. Remember in the story of Noah, right? He built the ark, and, God made it rain 40 days and 40 nights, right? But beforehand, Noah was telling people, come on, get in this boat, get in this ark. And everything went down. Nobody listened. So they died. So it was his family and these animals. Okay? Now, let me just fast forward. God said it was water this time. Next time it's going to be fire. So there's a repeat. It's going to be fire next time, he said. So if he does it the second time, trust and believe. Trust and believe. It'll be worse. Yeah. God can do whatever you want to do. He is, yes, kind-hearted, loving God. He is love. God is love. Love is God, period. So, he was cleaning the house. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. Let's move on to the part that he was saying, or whatever he was saying. Here we go. We're 4 minutes and 23 seconds in it.
That's the scary part. I'm reminded back some
Don't
years ago.
be
There was the
scared.
Science
God's got
March.
us.
All right. Now, why science should have to march, that's a whole other question to be addressed. But during the Science March, one of my favorite posters that I saw someone hold up was every disaster movie begins by someone in charge ignoring the warnings of a scientist. And so this movie, allegory, I think, is too soft a word. I mean, it's allegory is usually, well, there's a hidden message. There's nothing hidden about this movie. A comet is going to come and take us out, and how are we all going to react?
Too soft. Well, it's like the diplomats say, you're terry cloth. That means you're very soft. And maybe they were too soft on some of the problems. I want to look at another
He's so
aspect of this,
cute.
some news stories. Let's look at how, in the film, even when the warnings arrive, they then have to fight through the muck of our superficial ADD-style discourse weighed down
ADD
by the
style.
selfish consumerism of late-stage capitalism.
Guys, this comet is seriously stressing me out.
Oh, it's coming. People want to dig in. I already got bodies for these shovels on E-Market.
Clean sweep for President Orleans. $1,000
$1,000 a pop.
The comet actually contains almost $140 trillion worth of assets. Do you know that there's over 40 million data points
that?
on you and every decision you have made since 1994, Doctor? I know who you are. My algorithms have determined 8 fundamental consumer
I don't know who you are. That's how they are. I don't know who you are.
So we can all have a home is going to work, right?
Every single man, woman, and child on this planet is going to die.
Did it make you laugh or cry?
It made me laugh because, honey, the way he said it.
I didn't know I had those two
But,
emotions
honey,
simultaneously within me, ready to burst forth. So I thought Leonardo DiCaprio did a great job, just as the frustrated scientist. You know, he has a job to do, and that's understand what is objectively true in the world. And usually, it doesn't matter to the public what we do when we look up at the night sky. Occasionally, when it does, you kind of maybe should pay attention to that. And no one did. And he wasn't media savvy on purpose, just to show that it's not we're not rewarded for that as scientists who work in labs. So I think that the director, Adam McKay, was like right on. The director and writer and producer, he captured all of the tropes of modern life, from the social media to the political mayhem to the cultural the tribalism, as people gathered together and then have groupthink and were without regard to what role an objectively true bit of information might have on how they're thinking. And so, yeah, it's all there. And I, if you compare it to other films, not to get too sort of inside film on you, but there's a film some years ago called Idiocracy, which explored a future where no one valued being smart and nobody was smart. And what world is
Wait,
that?
Idiocracy?
So this is, for me,
Is that the name? Is that the... Ooh, child, don't let me do a movie. Idiocracy. I'm going to look that up. Wow. Wow, Idiocracy. I'm sorry. Wow. They told us about ourselves now, back then. That's a shame. Y'all ain't learning yet? Have mercy.
Of that, except more real, because we've all seen and felt and maybe even participated in the elements of this storytelling, and how it all just implodes by the end.
Yeah, you talk about how a quote-unquote tribalism can be fused with willful ignorance, denialism.
Yeah.
And that
Pretty
just
much.
resonated exactly with right now. A denialism that can put your own adherence in danger.
Right.
I want to show everyone, Neil, but also everyone, you got to see this part, where it really echoes the COVID era, because they're very clearly MAGA-style crowds, literally chanting in the face of this potential comet, "Don't look up." Which I gotta say is just a horrifically stupid way to avoid even using your own eyes to find out if there's a comet about to kill you and your family and everything you love.
Wow.
Do you know why they want you to look up? Do you know why? Because they want you to be afraid. They want you to look up because they are looking down and don't think that you. They think they're better than you.
It sounds like a lot of chaos. And that's
Ben isn't worried about
okay. I gotta pause that. You know, like what it say, they were saying something about don't look up, don't look up. No, look up and see God help is on the way. That's what God wants us to do. I'm saying, look up. He's our help. See, I turn things for you to think. Critical thinking in God. Come on now. Commercial time. Let's see.
retirement. His personalized plan is backed by the team at Fidelity.
Of course, we got to
His
see the
IRA is
commercial.
professionally managed, and he gets one-on-one coaching when he needs it.
You
So
too.
Ben is feeling pretty zen. That's the planning effect from Fidelity.
Okay.
lot of Hollywood is supporting the Just Look Up movement. But I haven't seen a pin like that.
Yeah, this pin points both up and down.
I think we're all tired of the politics.
There you, the working class, us, the cool rich.
That's Junior. Don Junior. No.
Hell is that?
He got on a hat that says "Don't look up," and then he said, "What the is that?" Yep, it'll be one of those supporters. We'll see it and be scared of it. Now, let's turn this to real life, shall we? Look up and see God. Help is on the way, honey. I want to let you know. I want to let you know that we are in good hands, in God's hands. And who is the first scientist? God is. Are you serious? He is the best. He is everything to us. People keep forgetting. Who is the first scientist? He knows what's going on. Let's keep looking up.
Lied to us.
Yeah.
Neil, I just got to tell you, I really felt that. I cover a lot of things.
I'm
try
so
to
sorry,
do the job,
Trump
but
people.
that really
This
hit
film
for me. The
shows
idea
a
that you can literally
lot
tell
of
people,
your
don't look up, don't
characteristics.
use your eyes.
And
It
the
didn't
rest of
feel
us
like a
too,
big reach
actually.
to me.
Because people want to make money
Yeah, so
instead of looking at the real life of
that was
things.
actually my favorite, or the most intriguing part of the entire film for me.
I'm going to fast
How
forward.
you can gather that many people out.
Okay, let's get to this other part. See, he's going to talk this. Right? Okay, yeah. Let me go here to the other part of the movie. Then I'm going to, after this part, and then he's going to explain, talking about Neil, he's going to explain that part of the movie, okay? Here we go.
Oh, that's terrible.
They just think I'm crazy.
Dr. Mindy, on the other hand, had some very high favorables. Vegan Babe wrote, "Meow, me likey hunky starman. Clicks overall were below basic weather and traffic."
Bottom line is you guys told us the science was 100%, and it's not. And now we look like idiots.
We're hearing that there is no comet, or that there is a comet,
Right.
that it's a good thing, or maybe it's a bad thing. We are so confused.
The reason we know that there is a comet is because we saw it. We saw it with our own eyes using a telescope. And if we can't all agree at the bare minimum that a giant comet the size of Mount Everest hurtling its way towards planet Earth is not a good thing, then what the hell happened to us?
You can't, only silence can follow that clip. What else is there to say? Oh, by the way, the science that is infused in those storylines is a friend and colleague of mine, Amy Mainzer, who was retained as advisor to that film. For him to say a comet the size of Mount Everest, that's not a random choice of size. That was the size comet that took out the dinosaurs 65 million years ago. So there's a lot of authentically informed commentary when it comes from the mouths of the scientists in this. But I want to add, just before, as you went into that, you were talking about the culpability of perhaps some
That's all
media.
I got to say about that.
The fact is, when we know something with that level of certainty.
Okay, he's going to go on about that. But let me tell you. And didn't I just tell you that God do things twice? It get worse on the second time around. First time around, what he said about those dinosaurs. Think about it. Okay, that's it. Ooh, I get into it sometimes, don't I? All right, I'm not going to hold you. It's about almost 20 minutes I've been on here. That's long. I'm about to get up out of this piece. Okay. Have a blessed day. Peace.